Greetings, wherever you may be at, locally, globally, internationally. Welcome to Aisha Speaks Jade podcast. I am your hostess, Aisha, also known as Jade. Everyone just pretty much calls me by my nickname unless you're family, okay? But it's not to say that I won't respond if you call me Aisha. It's just a preference. So again, I'd like to welcome you to my Aisha Speaks Jade podcast show. And this evening's episode will be on Don't Believe Everything You Think. And this episode is speaking on July, that we're in, the month of July, which is Minority Mental Health Awareness Month, right? Because a lot of times we think too much into things. We overthink. We have that negative thinking, right? But a lot of times we shouldn't believe everything that we think. Okay, so I'm applying this to July being Minority Mental Health Awareness Month, talking all about how we can have a better wellness, a better well-being. So again, learning to separate your thoughts and beliefs can change your life. Thoughts drive through our minds all the time, whether you have a mental illness, a mental disorder, a mental health issue, whatever you want to call it. But thoughts go through our minds all the time. So like traffic, they might flow smoothly, but they sometimes also back up, causing a traffic jam when your mind is just on overload and you don't even know what else to do to calm it down. When they collide, the impact can truly throw us psychologically, making you anxious, making you depressed, or genuinely distressed. However, just because they are driving through your mind, it does not mean they represent an objective reality. They are often more a figment of your imagination than an observation. So, for a life that flows smoothly, it is essential that you not believe everything you think. People have all kinds of thoughts all the time. We often direct our thoughts as we consider certain issues at hand, but thoughts also frequently happen to us. They flow through our minds, being propelled by some unconscious source. These thoughts can be positive, negative, or even neutral, but they can be particularly upsetting when they are self-critical or engender distress, such as, I never do anything right, or my boss thinks I'm an idiot, or I will never land a job. And I can definitely say that I can relate because I've said that first one. I never can do anything right. I've been there, done that. And from time to time, it'll pop up. So when you pay attention to your thoughts, you will discover that you don't intellectually believe some that feel true. So let's say, for example, you may think that your boss sees you as stupid and even feel like it's true. And I'm going to say sometimes they do feel like that. Doesn't have to necessarily mean all the time. And I know sometimes we can get up in our heads, diagnosed or not. But again, you may feel like it's true. However, when you reflect on his or her praise of you at different times, you may realize that this thought does not really make sense. In circumstances like this, it can help to remind yourself, just because it feels true, that doesn't necessarily make it true. You can weaken many inaccurate but distressing beliefs by noting the conflict between your felt truth and your observed truth. To effectively use this way of challenging yourself, it is important to be persistent. First, what you want to do is practice recognizing the distressing thoughts that repeatedly enter your consciousness. You can just be conscientious about doing this. Though many people use meditation or mindfulness exercise to help. So I feel like you can incorporate meditation and mindfulness, mantras, prayers, chants, along with, you can put those in your life. I tell people it's your choice if you choose medicine. It's your choice if you define yourself as mental illness. It's whatever you see yourself as. I'm not the judge or juror. It's not a right or wrong answer with me. But I like to incorporate a variety of different positive things into my life. Right now, I am on no meds, and I know people can have tendencies to say, well, how do you define yourself as being mental illness if you don't have any meds? Well, let me say, once upon a time, again, I've taken 35 to 40 meds, okay? And they currently want to put me on meds. I even have spoke with a therapist who says, well, if you don't take your psychotic meds, I don't know if I want to see you again. See, it's all about the dollars. It's all about just pushing the pills, pushing the pills, pushing the pills. And there are therapists that do go a holistic or organic way about how to give you services. It's not always about pushing meds. Just because a person shares past experiences, they're just sharing. That's why so many people that are diagnosed are so fearful, and very hesitant and don't trust to share a lot of things, because sometimes people take it the wrong way. So you're telling me just because I made a decision to not want to take those horrible psychotic meds that really put me in a very negative place, you don't want to see me? There's a potential that you don't want to see me? Well, maybe I need to just move forward. So, it's just, so if I was walking around like a zombie, it would be okay. If I was walking around with a bunch of side effects, it would be okay, because that would mean you would have to give me some other meds to take care of those side effects, and the domino effect continues. But to each his own. Again, I can only be responsible for my life and what I do, as others have to be responsible for their lives. So then you will need to remind yourself that just thinking it does not make it true. Also try responding with a counter statement such as, not only doesn't he or she think I'm an idiot, but she has shown that he or she respects my work. With repetition, the objectively inaccurate and upsetting thought will become increasingly less powerful until you don't really believe it anymore. When reflecting on distressing thoughts will sometimes reveal them to be worthy of concern, and at other times you will discover that they are more a product of your perception than of a greater reality. And increasing your awareness of these inaccurate felt truths can help free you from their grip. In addition, by observing this struggle, you might develop compassionate self-awareness. That is, your greater awareness of the pain these perceptions are causing you might lead to you having compassion for your struggles, just as you would have compassion for a friend who is struggling with a similar issue. In conclusion, in the end, you will not only let go of inaccurate felt truths, but you will also develop a more positive, caring way of relating to yourself. So I like to say, just my opinion, who am I, that it's 50-50 for me, because I believe that yes, individuals that have mental illness or mental health issues or have a diagnosis, maybe even perhaps those that are not diagnosed, can go up in our heads and think a lot of things, a lot of negative things, overthink, right? But on that other 50% of it, I believe that it can have some truths to it. But it's all about how your mindset is set up, and if you're, and you know, how long do you gonna carry that, or are you gonna have some type of solution on how to not stay in that. Just my little brief thought. Guys, I'd love to have your comments. Make sure that you comment below. So again, this is all speaking on how you are not supposed to believe everything that you're thinking. Learning to separate your thoughts and beliefs can change your life. Hope that was interesting for you, and that you will listen to the replay. If you are not on live right now, make sure to share. Support, support, support. I'm all about supporting positive, like-minded individuals who are on their grind every day, doing what they need to do to get to their success. I also now want to invite you to my social media platforms. I am on Facebook right here, right now, Instagram, Twitter, and I have a YouTube channel. You can find me at Aisha Speaks Jade. Again, that is Aisha Speaks Jade. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and my YouTube channel that you can go to and subscribe by hitting that thumbnail and hit that notification bell to stay in the loop of everything. Working very diligently to make sure that videos get uploaded on all of, my social media, for you to listen to it on all channels and share all of my channels. In addition, if you have a LinkedIn, I am on LinkedIn as well, and you can find me at Aisha Jade Speaks. Aisha Jade Speaks. You can find me on LinkedIn. I'm forever grateful. I like to also encourage you, if you are on any of my personal and or business pages, I will be one of the co-presenters this Sunday, July 28th, 2019. If you are in the metro Atlanta area or surrounding areas, we will be speaking about mental health in our community, in our Black community, our people of color community, our indigenous community, and what that looks like, and hopefully be able to have a honest conversation or dialogue about that. That's going to be this Sunday, July 28th, 2019, from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Auburn Avenue Research Library. I want to say the address is 101 Auburn Avenue, but if I'm not right, just Google Auburn Avenue Research Library. It's going to be two of us that are going to be presenting. I'm the lead presenter, and I just want to have a down-to-earth, real conversation, and how can we meet in the middle with a balance on making more awareness for our people of color, because we're making some strides, but we need to continue doing what we need to do, making sure that the resources are there, meeting people where they're at, because it's a hard step to do. When you have a diagnosis, there's fear, there's stigma, there's shame, there's embarrassment, so if you're in the metro Atlanta area, Auburn Avenue Research Library, this Sunday, July 28th, from 3 to 5 p.m. It's posted up on all my social medias, including my personal one. With that being said, make sure to always, your self-awareness, your self-development, your self-care, they all should be a priority. Like Nike, just do it. Step out on your faith, on your belief, on your religion, whatever your spirituality looks like for you. Step out. That thing that fears you, or that thing that just, you may hesitate, that is going to get you to your success. Stay away, eliminate the toxic people, surround yourself around other like-minded positive people. And yes, we all are going to go through our challenges. But the 3 C's that you know I love are catch it, check it, and change it. Because it may not be easy, but it's definitely achievable. With that being said, peace and blessings be upon each and every one of you. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo and Ashe. Make sure to be good to yourself. Peace out.